I'm Lou from Plants by Lulu and welcome on my channel. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and let's go. Welcome again by another PLOOKS, Plants and Books. Okay, translating things from Dutch to English is sometimes confusing because I really wanted to say ik ga meteen met de deur in huis vallen or zonder er doekjes om te winden, which basically means without further ado, but those are, I think, more fun things to say because the literal translation of the first one is falling with the door into your home. And the second one, zonder touwtjes eromheen te winden, means literally without winding strings around it. Which both mean without further ado, but they are more descriptive, which I find more fun. A small disclaimer before we start. The pairing of the book and the plant does not reflect my rankings of them. So it does not mean that if I like the book or the book is in my top 5, the plant is also in my top 5. It represents my journey with the plant paired with my journey with the book. And I'm going to talk about the reasons why I paired them. But yeah, without further ado, this is the book I'm going to talk about. It's The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I have searched up how to spell his last name because I would have said it like Coelho, but Coelho. And besides the fact that I love the cover, this is so beautiful, and that I love this pocket-sized book because I also have seen them in stores from here to here, so, and a thicker book, but I love this hand-sized pocket size. But look at the front, look at the gold. I don't know if you can see the gold, but look at it. I love this cover. As you know, I'm first going to read something about the book and then something about the author. The Alchemist charts the story of Santiago, a young shepherd boy in the hills of Andalusia who believes that there is more to life than his humble home and flock. One day he finds the courage to follow his heart into distant lands, spurred on by the knowledge that he is following the right path, his own. The lessons he learns along the way are life-changing. This beautiful parable not only has the power to uncover long-buried dreams, it also inspired us to reach for them and live the life we have imagined. Paulo Coelho was born in Brazil and has become one of the most widely read and loved authors in the world. Renowned for The Alchemist and 11 Minutes, he has sold more than 157 million copies worldwide. The recipient of numerous prestigious international awards, including the Crystal Award by the World Economic Forum and France's Légion d'honneur. Paulo Coelho was inducted into the Brazilian Academy of Letters in 2002. In 2007, he was named a UN Messenger of Peace. This book has life lessons and kind of life morals in it, and it describes the transformation of a young boy to a young man with his dreams, ideas and fears, and him navigating life. One of the things that is a turning point in this book is giving up or not giving up. I'm not spoiling anything, but it is a theme that is carried throughout the book, but it's also at multiple points a crucial moment. But there's one point in particular where I think it's really a turning point, which introduces the plant I'm going to pair it with. And this plant is the Hoya fungii. As you can see, this Hoya is not really big. This is him in all its glory. It has one new leaf, one old leaf, which, as you can see, is shimmering because of the amount of spray I used on him, and one incoming leaf. And the reason why he looks like this is because he had, for more than 1.5 years, constantly skill. and it was very bad. And I don't know if I can find a picture. I will try and find it, but the plant itself was probably more than 2.5 meters long. It was very bushy. It was very beautiful. It was exactly what I wanted from this plant. However, in the beginning, I really was focused on destroying the skill and let him recover. And I had hope he would keep his lushness and would grow from there more beautiful and more big and more lush. That did not happen. For 1.5 years, it just had skill. You can see how dark green this plant is. But over the months, it started to get lighter and lighter. The leaves on one part of the plant started to shrivel up and become wrinkly. And on the other parts, they started to really harden and yellow. And I know that's a sign of probably root rot. So I began removing those parts that had kind of rotted away. So it became less bushy and less full. And after that, I was left with just 1 or 2 strands. And after I did that, 1 or 2 months, it was okay. After which I noticed the skill came back with full force. It was really infested, like really, really infested. The whole plant just became a ghost. Almost as if the plant was bleached, but I did not have it in a sunny spot at that moment. I had it in direct light, but no sun. So I was so worried because it was spanning over 1.5 years. On top of that, I had a skill infestation, I had a thrip infestation, I had a spider mite infestation, and at one point, this one had kind of aphids. And on top of that, a big chunk of that 1.5 years, I lost my passion for plants. So I was all doing that without enjoying it. And so there was a moment where I think this was when I already stopped filming, when I decided to just chop everything off, take cuttings, which I will show you in a minute, but leave this part with only 1 leaf, which is already gone, that leaf, and see how it does. And as you can see, it has grown back beautifully because, as you can see, this is how the leaves normally look. It has kind of a matte finish because this one grew when I was still treating it. This one is super shiny. And I am so happy because in the past with this plant, it had beautiful big round leaves, but it also sometimes shot out a strand where the leaves were very pointy, and I will show you in a minute because it's happening with one of the cuttings. I'm very happy that it doesn't do that, and I'm very happy it just grows like this. And why I am pairing this with this book is because before I cut it up, I already for a week had in mind that I just wanted to throw it away. I didn't want to deal with skill anymore because I find that skill is one of the hardest things to get rid of because trips, they come back a lot and it's very annoying and they can do a lot of damage. But I had it so many times. With skill, they, even though you spray, the adult ones don't die immediately because they have a hard shell that's protecting them. So I have to individually remove the adults and crush them. The smaller ones, they're more susceptible to die with that spray. However, the very, very, very small ones, you almost cannot see them. I really didn't want to deal with skill anymore. And so I just, for a week, I just had in my mind, I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to throw it away. I was saying my goodbyes to the plant. I was mentally preparing myself. And then when I just grabbed the plant to throw it in the trash, I just thought, why would I not cut up a few cuttings from the part that has almost no infestation and just have the base. Just cut it all back with only 1 leaf. If it does not survive, faith is deciding for me. And if it does survive, I still have the plant. And I just paired this plant with this book because one of the main things in this book is not giving up, or the feeling of giving up and not giving up. So the message of that perfectly describes my journey with this plant. So this is bonus, but these are the cuttings. I think in here are 4 or 5 cuttings. As you can see, this is how round a leaf should be, or how I preferred and how I love it. The fullness of the leaf, the roundness, the plumpness. And this is one of the cuttings that has new growth, and you can see this is more angular with like a more oval kind of shape, which is not bad or wrong, but that's not why I have this plant. So I'm really glad the mother plant has put out the originally round type of leaves. I'm probably taking this to a plant swap and pull all the cuttings individually up, but that's for when I'm going. So this was the video. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe and the like button. If you have any books or plant suggestions or pairings, you can leave them down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Doei!